are talking about the AXIOM. This one is written and directed by Nicholas Woods. Now, on the surface of this, it might sound like your standard teens go into cabin in the woods style storyline, and that's exactly kind of how it starts out. So we have a group of young adults, and they're kind of going to this kind of remote area to try and find the sister of two of the 5 members of this group. She's gone missing. I don't know where she's gone. This is her last known location. So they go off there and kind of they meet this kind of local who kind of, it seems like he's going to be kind of quite helpful, gives them kind of like some special equipment to go to this particular area, which is renowned to be somewhat of a strange area. And whilst that, they start to notice strange visions and sort of like weird things start to happen, and it soon becomes apparent that this particular area is something other than normal. The sun doesn't go down, it's always sunny. There seems to be kind of strange kind of demonic entities that live there, and as the movie progresses we learn more and more sort of strange things start to happen, and our kind of 5 young adults are soon under attack from a variety of otherworldly forces. So let's talk the AXIOM. I've got to say this is a somewhat kind of unique twist on the tried and tested kids go into the kind of the woods formula. It attempts to do something a little bit different in regards to this essentially meaning being like a parallel universe. So it has slightly bigger themes than a lot of these, and there's actually multiple universes, and each universe has kind of like different kind of dangers and stuff like that. It does focus mainly on one particular universe, but we do get some kind of glimpses into others. So, you know, each kind of one has its kind of unique set of dangers. You'll be reminded actually a little bit of the movie Cabin in the Woods, where you have different kind of threats and stuff like that. It does almost seem like a companion piece to a certain degree, without the kind of the meta commentary on kind of like horror movie cliches and stuff like that. But even then they do still take a few jabs at kind of the typical kind of like loner and a kind of in the gas stop and all of that. There's a variety of kind of like gruesome deaths and possessions and stuff like that, some kind of neat practical effects and kind of some not too bad CGI effects either, to be fair. And our kind of our 5 young actors all do a pretty good job in regards to acting, particularly one who's this bald guy who is really the first one to kind of really sort of show signs of possession, and he's kind of like toing and froing from his kind of real persona to this kind of possessed evil persona, and so the acting was pretty good. What doesn't work for me, I've got to say, once we kind of get a grip on what's happening, it just seems a little bit of a muddle somewhere in the middle. I think for a part of it is the editing is very kind of ADHD. It's very kind of like erratic editing. Lots of kind of quick shots, so it makes it quite confusing. And I've got the impression that was probably somewhat of a kind of a deliberate attempt, because the part of this parallel universe is it kind of messes with your mind and stuff like that. And but nonetheless, I got to say it was a little bit irritating after a while. The kind of this constant kind of flicking between different camera angles in very sort of quick succession. And just the story gets a little bit muddled, and people just seem to be kind of like rolling around and, you know, in kind of confusion and stuff. And people just don't really seem to, the plot doesn't really seem to go anywhere for just a little bit in the middle, because it just slumps a little bit. But it does pick up again towards the end. The decision to have this particular dimension where they're going all in kind of drenched in sunlight takes away some of the kind of the more spooky elements, I would say. It's an interesting kind of twist, but having the whole kind of movie in kind of bright sunlight, so, you know, when you have these kind of like demons attacking kind of bright sunlight, it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem quite as effective somehow. But I've got to say, this was, I enjoyed this movie. I think it was kind of a neat twist on a tried and tested genre. I thought the acting was all pretty good. I thought the effects were kind of pretty decent for a kind of a lower budget movie. But the most intriguing thing here, I said, is like a kind of really somewhat of an original idea here, and kind of like, you know, one that maybe we don't see so often, and kind of a little bit more of an interesting twist on things. So I've got to say, I will kind of recommend this movie. It's a slightly above average movie for me. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.